And now, introducing the biggest asshole in the world.
Boys and girls, I'm LoJaK. This is the GameTHOTS. Thank you so much for 400 subs. If you are new, I appreciate you. You're probably from the shorts. Please check out the channel. I've got hundreds of videos, all kinds of streams. We're focusing on streams and shorts more so nowadays, but I like to bring these reaction videos when there's something to talk about. And I've been putting it off. There's been quite a few big stories for gaming in 2024 here. But a lot of the stuff I just kind of have negative feedback on. I didn't want to feel like I was making the same old video because, I really like a lot of the talking points and a lot of the things that I was hoping would change or come back around really have not. And everything's kind of staying the same. We have oversaturation in a lot of genres. We have genres that are completely dead. There's no realistic shooters anymore. Even the things that have regular soldiers in them, we're shooting each other 50 times to even get a kill. That's exaggerated, of course, but it's just the health bar shooters and hero shooters, and like even Rainbow Six Siege doesn't have terrorist on anymore. What kind of travesty is that? But that being said, like the multiplayer side of things is in this weird spot, and we're going to talk about that. But I also want to talk about how many good to great to amazing things are happening in the co-op side of games and the single player side of games and like remakes and stuff like that. But then we have just brain dead ideas on the other side. So it's going to be an all over the place video. I kind of just go with the flow as I think of things off the top of my head. Been playing games since I was 3 years old. I am a first person shooter fan first, but lately all I play is RPGs because that's all they're making. And the first person shooters they come out just don't feel right. Something just rubs me the wrong way using a real gun and having someone walk away after I shoot them 10 times. And like, let alone I've made a million videos. Not a skin fan. I think that's ruined gaming. The battle passes and all that. Not a fan of any of it. Just want to get that out of the way. And also, before I continue, I'm aware that most of the things and most of the reasons behind the things that I have issue with are money. And it's because they can make a lot more money just doing a little bit of extra artwork versus actually giving us product. And whenever you guys buy these things that are costing more than the game, you're showing them that's what we want. But then on the other side of things, we have devs like the Helldivers dev team. And from the top down, they're doing things exactly how things should be done. The cadence of the content that they're putting out is good. The narrative they have going on for it to be a live service, the fact that you can earn everything, you don't have to pay any extra money, the $40 price tag, it not being a free-to-play game, it's all great. And the fact that it's co-op first, it's not tedious to play co-op together. There's no prerequisites. You have your difficulty levels. It's just a great experience. It doesn't feel like it's a bunch of stuff just mashed together. And that's the other thing with multiplayer games nowadays. It's all the crossovers and like why is Master Chief in Rainbow Six Siege? And just like they're only multiplayer. There's no campaigns anymore. There's no co-op anymore. Like the Rainbow Six is going to be my biggest pet peeve right now that I'm talking about because I was going to give it another chance. I played the hell out of it. Siege when it came out, and I've been a competitive Rainbow Six player for a good chunk of my teenage years and then being a kid. Had multiple top tier teams, blah, blah, it doesn't matter. But anyway, the fact that we're 9 years into the game, however many, and they never gave us a campaign. They give us these cutscenes that look like a real story and everything, but we never get anything for it. And then we're at a point where they completely remove Terrorist Hunt, which is one of the staples of the franchise. But then their Extraction, the one that came out last year, the year before, completely was a flop with all the alien crap and all that. And then they have an alien event in Siege right now. It's like everything on the multiplayer side of AAA gaming, it's just, they're brain dead. It's crazy. I don't want to focus on just one franchise, But that is the biggest thing where it's like even the most, or what used to be the most realistic, tactical, no BS shooters, especially for console. I'm not talking about PC. There's plenty of games on PC that are tactical shooters. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about controller, no aim assist shooters that are made for people that actually like guns, and I don't want pink skins on stuff. Like there's an audience for it. There's a console audience for it. Siege wouldn't be as big as it was if there was other shooters that were semi-realistic and headshots mattered and tactics mattered, checking corners mattered. But like we don't want to see all of the other stuff. Like I don't want Resident Evil characters and Master Chief and this, that, and the other, and all the crossovers and that crap. But then the smaller teams that would maybe make a shooter like this don't have the infrastructure to get onto the consoles. So yeah, so it's like I just feel like the tactical first person shooter is a dead genre. I feel like realistic things in general is kind of just dying out. And like I don't want to shoot bubble guns, you know. And yes, I'm coming from an older audience. I grew up in the '90s. I'm coming up on 33 now. I've been doing the channel about 4 years. And it's just gotten progressively weirder and weirder on the shooter side of things, where you have, on the flip side, let's be positive for a minute, you have things like Helldivers, like I was just praising. You have the immaculate remakes of all the Resident Evil games that have been coming out. You have these Final Fantasy remakes that are great, regardless of if a lot of it is padding. Like, there's just so much content, and like, we're so oversaturated with good to middling RPG games, and then we are blessed with Elden Ring, 2 years ago. We're about to get that DLC, and like that just completely just blows so many things out of the water. And the level of what AAA is and how bad a AAA game can be and how unpolished AAA can be and like the amount of money that studios use and take to make a product that's like doesn't even stand up to a smaller one. It's insane. It proves that like you really just need vision and a passionate team and like to actually communicate. And it's at a point we need to stop treating pay games that we actually pay for with the free-to-play features and all that. It just doesn't make sense to me. None of it across the board. I know I said I was going to be positive, but it's just there's so many good things happening, but they're all in the same genre. And like, I would love to play a year of games where I didn't look at Magic or Sword or anything, because last year was amazing, but it was pretty much all just RPGs and remakes of things, and just where is the standout? Like, where is the shooter that feels like a horror game because of how intense it is? Like, where is the engine being used? Where are the current gen games? There's nothing we're doing on 90% of the games that we're playing that we haven't been doing for the last 10, 15 years on other things. We are still waiting on games that they've announced 5 and 10 years ago now that should have had 3 to 5 year development cycles, and most of them are probably in development hell, let's be honest. But just like, okay, let's get away from the realistic shooter type of thing. Grounded in whatever the reality of the world is. Like, can we get a zombie game that's not trying to be funny or like doesn't have to have 1,000 different things and running zombies and all that? Like, let it be a survival game with zombies in it. We don't necessarily need crafting. Just let me be able to use physics in the game that feel next gen. And like let my character get hungry and all that. Like, we have plenty of half-ass games in that genre. We don't have AAA. I'm rambling at this point as far as that topic goes. It's just something that's been on my brain. And what do you guys think about it? I'm not saying that we need to kill off any genres. I'm just saying there's way, way more room in the industry for more things at the AAA level that just are not there. And I'm sure there's reasons for it, but I feel like it's really dumb ones, probably. And I know people that are just way smarter than me make games and all that, but at the end of the day, I'm one of the people that plays everything and stays on top of, and I try to stay knowledgeable about what is going on in the industry. And To sum up the shooter talk, we haven't gotten anything semi-realistic as far as a shooter goes since PUBG, and you know how many shots it takes for people to die on that. And everything about that has been changed, and it's more of an arcadey experience, and they've got everything glowing and looking like a every other battle royale. And then like the battle royale genre itself has turned into like another respawn mode for a bunch of idiots to play with high time to kill, and it's like the whole point of that was to be as realistic as possible. Just throwing a regular person into a crazy situation with weapons, see how long you can live. Like, that's enough. I think we need to get to a point where not everything needs to try to copy Fortnite. Call of Duty is even doing it at this point. So someone needs to come in and say, we are not an arcade shooter. We are a tactical, realistic shooter. We are something different for the people that want that on console specifically. And that should be the badge, because Helldivers right now doing their own thing, doing what they want to do, how they want to do it, everyone's loving it, you know. And then also, a lot of games are considered complete flops if the mass audience isn't overhyping it. And that's the thing, is a lot of people only play things if there's hype around them. Or like the fake hype where everyone is being paid to say that it looks dope and all that. And like if little Timmy's favorite streamer that barely plays any other games than Call of Duty doesn't say that it's good, they're not going to play it these days. These kids now really don't have appreciation for where things come from. And like most of the people that are even playing shooters now, they're not even fans of guns when it comes down to it anymore. And I think that's where a lot of the problems lie. But we're going to move away from the shooter talk. And once, what do I want to say? Oh, okay. So, people with microtransactions. Everyone was real mad about Dragon's Dogma with all their microtransactions that they have. And my thing is just don't buy them. And if people didn't buy them, they wouldn't be there. And if you stop buying, vote with your wallet. This is not anything we need to spend a whole lot of time with, but vote with your wallet. Be smart. And honestly, like the argument of, oh, I buy things because I don't have time to play the game. It's like, yes, you do. And if you only have 2 hours at a time to play the game, you have a game for longer. Why do you want to rush through it? That doesn't make sense to me in any capacity. And like you have time to do whatever you want to do. That's one of the things that I've always been said. It doesn't matter what job you have, kids, whatever. People make time for what they want to do and how they want to play. Don't complain about microtransaction if you buy any at all. That's all I'm saying about that. It's fine though. But that's really all I have to say. But let's get into what's coming up for the channel. I've been going back and forth. Stuff has slowed down. I appreciate all you new guys, but it's very sporadic. You guys don't seem to have any kind of rhyme or reason to what you want to watch or continuing watching things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play what I want to play. I'm not going to try to stress about it. I'm going to try to bring you out at least a few shorts a week and a couple of streams a week. But if there's not anything to talk about, I'm not just going to get on here to run my mouth. But yes, if you guys are only watching shorts, please check out the rest of the content on the channel. Like I said before, I really appreciate all of the love and all the new subs and all the people that have been here that are still watching stuff. That's awesome. We're going to try to keep the co-op content alive as much as possible on the channel. But I'm not playing Call of Duty on the channel anymore. I hate it. I was only doing it to get extra views, and I can't. Battlefield 2042, it's in a great place. It's been better than it ever has been, but I'm over it. I can't stand shooting people with rockets and missiles for them to walk away. Not doing any of that. As far as Halo goes, I'll drop some shorts on that every once in a while. But the way my setup is, I cannot hardwire and stream, and the videos aren't doing enough for me to justify recording and all the editing time. So it's going to be bringing on y'all shorts for multiplayer content unless we get the crew on and have a full team for like some special events. But be on the lookout for the streams. They are going to be randomly throughout the week. because I only stream when I'm in a good enough mood to do it. That's why I don't give y'all a full schedule. But I'm always live at least 2 or 3 times a week. I have been slacking off and taking a little bit of a break lately, but we are back. Gonna try to get to 500. We just hit 400 for the like fourth or fifth time. YouTube has, I don't know if it's shadow ban or what's going on, but I really appreciate all of you, like I've been saying. So the games that I'm playing right now that you'll probably see on the channel, we're probably going to check out Stellar Blade. I appreciate the views on that. And I really enjoyed the game itself. And honestly, like playing as a woman that looks like a woman, great, awesome. But like I said, like I'm so tired of RPGs. It's insane. There'll be more Helldivers shorts, always is. There's going to be some X Defiant gameplay coming up soon. Whenever that test drops, and then that game will be coming out soon. It'll be okay, but it's like the same thing, same style of shooters, everything else. But it's just gonna be going back to an arena and trying to be like old school COD. It's like we don't need more of that. But anyway, as far as what else is going to be coming, I'm going to at least stream the first few hours of the Final Fantasy 16 DLC as it comes out. And other than that, we are waiting for Hellblade 2 to come out on the Xbox. And if anything else drops in the meantime, it looks like it's going to be fun for y'all. Just look out for the shorts, look out for the streams. I leave everything up that is live up afterwards. And that is pretty much what we have to say for today, y'all. Hope you enjoyed the show. This has been the GameTHOTS, Thoughts, Humble Opinions, Troll Strategy. I'm LoJaK. Check the channel out. It's been 4 years. There's like 800 videos on the channel. We will see you next time. Later.